Okay, y'all. I don't really know if I like this lighting, but I'm low-key just about to roll with it. Oh.
You are under spells, people. You're under spell. I ain't under no spell. You are. You're under a spell.
And remember to take care of your mental health, especially with everything going on. Do not drive yourself crazy. But I wanted to make a video about, or I wanted to like start my book series, because months ago a subscriber had DM'd me and was like how he was reading one of the books I'm actually going to talk about, and I was like, oh my gosh, you just gave me a brilliant idea to talk about books on my channel, especially because I be telling y'all to read a fucking book. Because y'all are dumb, stupid, dummies. Yes, read a book, okay? Just because you're not in school no more don't mean you cannot read. So, let's get into it. So, the book that he had DM'd me that he was reading is this book, Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. I feel like if you have a parent, you need to read this book. So yes, I recommend everybody to read this book. Even if your parents were like great parents, I don't know, I just feel like you could just learn something in here. Like, it just has a lot of like information, and it tells you basically how, like, if your parent acted like this, then you might act like this, or you might have felt like you had to do this, da da da, boom boom boom. And it just really kind of opens up your eyes. And then of course, obviously, if you have like emotionally unavailable parents, emotionally unavailable parents, or even emotionally immature parents, emotionally dumb parents, you know what I'm saying, you definitely could benefit from the book. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and I believe this was a woman, yeah. And she also tells you how to like help yourself. So it's gonna kind of read you down, and and for real, like, your eyes are gonna open. I remember I bought this book, I think during COVID, maybe, or like 2021, and I was just like, wow, like, you know, especially me, y'all know I knew something was the fuck up with me and my family, but I, you know, reading this book is definitely like, oh my gosh, like, this makes so much sense. And not only could I see myself in this book, but I could see my sisters, my family, you know. So yeah, it's just gonna open up your eyes a lot. Y'all ever look at yourself so hard and be like, bruh, what if I'm one of the aliens? Oh my gosh, no, this lighting is looking better though. But yeah, what was I saying about this book? And then y'all, she also has, it's just a really good book. I read this book like 2 times, but she also has like stories from people. I don't know if they're real or not, but she has stories from people too, who not only talks about like their situations, but also talks about how they got help and all that stuff. And I believe the stories that she has in here is her actual clients, because I believe she's a psychologist. So I believe she's sharing, or like, you know, probably hiding up the names, but they're her actual clients that she's actually like therapized, you know. So it's just a really good book. I actually love this book. This book was low-key the start of my healing journey, I guess, in a sense, because I had saw this book on TikTok, and they was basically like, if your parents have ever done this or that, and then, you know me, I'm like, oh, okay, like, yeah, and I ended up buying the book. And these books you obviously could get on Amazon. I think you could also probably get like the PDF version on Google, and then maybe your local library might have it. So if you got a library card, you can go get it for free. And then yeah, and then I just suggest, as y'all can see, like highlighting or writing down certain parts that stick out to you just so you can always come back, reflect, and like really learn and take something from the book. So yeah, it's just a really good book. Everybody should read it. Just read the shit. I promise y'all, there's really not too much to say. The title speaks for itself. How to heal from distant, rejecting, or self-involved parents. So it speaks for itself. But the main book that I wanted to talk about is this book right here. It Didn't Start With You. How inherited family trauma shapes who we are and how to end the cycle. This book right here, y'all, picked me up, threw me, dragged me through the mud, had me thinking the hardest I've ever thought in my entire life, had me opening, asking questions that I never really would have thought to ask. And I believe I got this book in like 2022 or 2023. This book is one of my favorite books, especially if you want to heal, and especially if you want to heal like for generations, because if you guys remember, if you're on my channel, I'm into it a lot of like Joe Dispenza and his work in terms of his meditations and how they help you heal and how your thoughts heal your body and everything like that. But this book also goes into how when you heal, not only are you healing your DNA, but you're also healing the DNA of the people that's coming after you. So by healing yourself, you're healing generations before and after you. And this is what this book gets into. So this is absolutely one of my favorite books when it comes to healing. It has exercises in it, which is why I said I had to think so hard, and I wanted to share mine with you guys, because what I did was the let me see if I can find it on a page. Oh yeah, and this book too has stories too, but if you look here, it has exercises. Okay, whatever exercises are in the book, y'all should do. But what I did was I would copy and paste the questions, and I printed them out, and then I answered them myself on a piece of paper. So let's see, what do I want to show you guys? Yeah, I'm about to cry. I have come so far. Like, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, life has truly been a journey. I feel like even I'm getting a little off topic, but even like January was a fucking journey. Like, the way the year just like kicked my ass a little bit, it was just like, okay. Like, girl, you beefing with me or something? Like, what the fuck? No, for real though, obviously we always can learn something, but no, seriously, just like, I don't know, I feel like I don't know, I just feel like we're all being called right now to like heal or fade, honestly, because like we're during a time right now where like the truth and everything really is coming out. And as the truths come out, you know, you end up, when you start learning truths about anything, you end up kind of like feeling not hurt, but just like, wow, like, so everything was a lie, basically, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just about that time right now. So it's crazy like how much all of us are being called to heal and kind of face ourselves in the mirror and face even like our dark sides, or not sides, my bad, the shadows. Oh yeah, you know what this reminds me of? Shadow work as well. If you want to heal with stuff, you have to do shadow work. Shadow work is just basically where you ask yourself hard questions and you just be like, why do I do this? You know, why do I do that? What's an experience from your childhood that has you thinking like this? Or, you know, you had to really dig into yourself, dig into your memories, dig into your subconscious, and be like, okay, why do I act the way that I am? Why am I this identity? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, all of this helps with that too. It's so crazy. Oh, okay, let me get back to this book, y'all. I'm sorry. My sister, she said when I be making these videos, I be losing the plot. Low-key, I do, but we always gonna get back to the plot. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's all cool. But I gotta be careful what I show y'all. But one thing that the book has you do is like break down your family tree. I'll show y'all this. So it has you like break down your family tree and everything like that, and it has you do it like 3 times. As y'all can see, I have 3 separate pieces of paper. And then it also, you have to like go on the back and write like everything into detail. I'm telling y'all, like, not only does it bring shit out of you, but it's making you bring shit out from your parents, their parents, their parents, their parents, their parents, aunties, uncles, the whole 9. So it really makes you write out your generations and write out the things that each person went through. So if your grandma had a miscarriage, you got to write that out. If your grandparents were cheating on, you got to write that out. If they graduated college, you got to write that out. Everything you literally had to write out down from their traumas as well, because once again, their traumas are all passed down onto us. And especially if you, I don't know if you guys have heard how like we're like stored in our grandma's wombs. So basically, my womb is carrying not only my kids but also my grandkids, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, with the eggs and everything, it's carrying like DNA. I'm telling y'all, like, this should get deep. So you had to write that all out, because the things that your grandparents went through and the things that their parents went through is literally living within you as well. And another thing that the book another thing that the book, what's the word? But another thing that the book kind of like not skimmed over, but that it talked about, was how sometimes we can repeat the things that our grandparents did all the way down from the kind of like history repeats itself, you know. So like if your parent was in a car accident at like age like you would be more likely to be in a car accident at that same age, maybe in the same car, maybe with the same type of people, like, you know, all down to like those 9s. And there's he has stories in here that actually talks about people who's actually like been through that. And then same thing with him, I believe he's a psychologist, and people would come to him and tell him like, I'm really scared to do this. Or even some of us have fears that aren't even ours, but we just know that we're like scared of it. And that's where it's like, it didn't start with you. Sometimes we could feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just scared of this. And then it's like, well, why are you scared of it? And it's like, I don't know, I just always been like this, But it's like, no, like your parent, their parents, your family might have that fear instilled within our DNA for real. Like, and you know, it's crazy because like DNA really is a form of expression. So it all kind of makes sense. But yeah. So, but I think that's just not cool, but cool, because that's part of, like I said, that's just part of healing, and that's something that you gotta really get out. But like, yeah, there's people that have came to him and told him like, well, my grandfather went to war during this time and and he maybe got hurt, or he has PTSD, so now they're scared of this or they're scared of that. So yeah, that book honestly puts so much into perspective as well. But one thing that he has you write is your core sentence, which is like the core thing that you are kind of scared of, or like is your problem. And I'll share y'all with mine. Did I share this before on my channel? I can't even remember. Was that a dream or something? Maybe I did. But my core sentence was that I won't live. And I guess that was one of my fears, which makes sense because, as you guys know, I was heavily depressed for a while and I wanted to off myself. So it makes sense that I was scared to live. And not only was I scared to live, I was scared of like the things that I was thinking to do to myself. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I'm gonna live. Like I really don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 25. I really don't know, y'all. Like I don't know. So yeah, that core sentence really makes sense. And even now looking back at this, it's kind of coming full circle to me, because after I read this book and did all of these questions and everything, and I'll share some of the questions with y'all, because basically he says like, focus on a problem that's most pressing in your life right now. What's the deepest issue you want to heal? What do you want to see shift? Write down what's important to you. If the feeling or symptom or condition you have never goes away, what would you be afraid can happen to you? You know, so he has you like write down all of that stuff. And so yeah, it literally, like, after writing all this stuff down and looking back at it, I was just like, wow. And that's kind of where I made a promise kind of to myself that, like, I'm gonna live and I'm gonna at least try, you know. I'm gonna, you know, this book just showed me what I can do, and also it showed me what's not mine and what's not mine to like carry or have or continue to carry. Because once again, I do want to have kids, so I'm always thinking about, you know, how can I be better for them and how can I set a better life up for them in all aspects. So yeah, it just had me thinking, and it really kicked off my healing journey for real, because I was like, I'm gonna live, man. Like, I'm gonna live. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing though, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with what I want to do. I'm gonna go with what feels good. And that's really, all these exercises really help me do that, because it seriously puts things in perspective for you about what you've been dealing with, about what your family maybe have been dealing with. And then that's where even me, I had saw like how much slavery really impact us as Black people, because some, you know, I mean, damn near everything in our lives is because of slavery, or is habits because of slavery, because of our ancestors who are still living within us and we are them. But you know, they really seriously like had to survive, and they really seriously didn't have too much wiggle room and stuff like that. And of course they had the PTSD and the anxiety and da. So yeah, just know that like all of that stuff is living within you, and you can end it. You can be better. You can heal. It takes some work. You're gonna feel like you're going crazy, insane. You're gonna want to give up. Yeah, the whole nine. But it's worth it, honestly. And then it's even worth it to see you on the other side, because it's like you did that work and you broke cycles and you broke patterns and you broke things. And like I said, in reading that book, now you understand that like your DNA is forever changed, and your kids are forever changed, and their kids are forever changed. Yeah, let her cook. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see. And I think another thing that I had learned doing this is how much the things that we went through from like ages 0 to 7, honestly low-key up to 10, really does set you up for the rest of your life, low-key. Like whatever your parents did, whatever you saw, like that's for real embedded in your subconscious forever. So even doing these exercises, that's where I really truly learned, and I got a chance to really started connecting with my inner child. Like, okay girl, you got to talk to me. What happened? What went on? And so yeah, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna make you like write all that shit out, take it out. When did the problem start? A lot of times we see that our problem started at childhood. Maybe some people no, but some people yeah. So yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. And I absolutely love those 2 books. I feel like I'm just grateful for what they helped me do and what they helped me, especially the adult children of emotionally immature parents, that really truly helped me with my own emotional intelligence, because you really see how much emotions is life. Every thought leads to an emotion. Sometimes emotions lead to thoughts. Like, it's all interconnected. So yeah, hopefully I convinced y'all to read this. I think, I honestly don't know, I just wanted to talk about it, but I do recommend definitely reading them. I give both of the books 10 out of 10. And once again, if you want to heal, if you feel like there's cycles and stuff that you don't want to keep repeating, or if you're asking yourself like, why does this keep happening? Why do I keep attracting this type of people or this type of friends, or whatever the case may be, experiences, adventures, whatever the fuck, read the books and do the work. And as always, take your time. with healing, you gotta really seriously strip yourself of like damn near everything and then rebuild yourself back up. So there's no rush, there's no like destination that you absolutely have to be at. Take your time, you know. There's no race. Read the books on your time. Make sure that you're seriously digesting it. Read it multiple times. You know, if you gotta look up stuff to help you understand what's going on, look it up on YouTube, or ask people questions, ask yourself questions. Nobody knows you more than you know you. So yeah, but thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope that you guys' February is great and that you guys continue being safe and stuff. Happy Black History Month. And yeah, bye, I think. But if you do have any questions, let me know, of course. The books seriously not only tell you like what's going on, but it does tell you how to fix it and everything. The books has the whole formula, the whole 9. So yeah, you're in good hands if you buy and read the books. Love y'all.